All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still the press coming to you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN television. And like I promised earlier, we've now been joined by a guest. His name is Richard Oriri. He's a journalist, and together we shall be taking a look at the headlines we read out to you earlier. And now this is a reminder that our phone lines are now open for you to call and join the conversation and also ask your questions. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for coming once again.
Longest time.
Without wasting much time, let's begin with what we have on the Punch this morning. It says, off-season elections, crisis rock peace meeting, NLC threatens Imo poll. I want us to begin with the issue with NLC. You know, sometime last week, the NLC president, the national president of the NLC, Joe Ajaero, was in police custody, although there were controversies to that story. But then now the NLC is threatening to go on strike because of that. They've issued a 5-day ultimatum over that particular issue. Now let's take into consideration how the NLC has been going so far, threatening strikes here and there, and actually never going on any. Now, is this particular situation what another threat of a nationwide strike?
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Nigerians. The issue between NLC, especially this current leadership of NLC, they have not shown clearly that what they are pursuing is in the interest of Nigerians. But basically, their interest is for themselves. Like last month, I held from the House Committee Chairman on banking institution in one of the programs he attended. He said it publicly that this palliative they are talking about, NLC, each time they come to media, they will be talking as if they have the interest of the workers at heart. That they took almost 1 trillion naira loan. They call it loan, palliative loan, to buy buses for workers. But up till now, we can't see any of those buses on the road or in any of the ministries. And the money, they have not paid back the money to federal government. But they took this money from one of the agencies in charge of such loans. Either it could be either development bank.
Is this established? Because now
I am telling you what an institution, a representative of an institution, said from his mouth in public. I am still repeating myself. I say, House Committee Chairman on banking institutions, House of Representative Committee Chairman, banking institution, that they took almost 1 trillion, but they have been silent on this. They've not paid this money, and they have not bought any bus anywhere to serve the interests of workers. Like the issue between NLC president and the Imo State governor, I can say is like a political issue. Ordinarily, NLC, they are not supposed to be found in political matters. But what the NLC president and his co-conveners are doing in Imo, he's showing clearly that they have vested interest in the Imo election. Okay. And when such a thing is going on, the sitting governor, who is a party to the election, to the forthcoming election, will not just close his eyes, because he wouldn't want anybody to come to his state and see and embarrass him. And Joe Ajaero, what he's doing in Imo State is as if he is the one contesting the election. So he's not there to push for the interest of workers in Imo, but he's there to see that he undermines the interest of the governor in the coming election, and that is what is causing the whole crisis. If you look at it very critically, you will see that is what is causing the crisis in Imo.
Now, it's that critical aspect now that I want us to look at, because there are conversations that, for instance, Loretta Onoche said he's partisan. Why will he want to protest at this time when it comes to the rights of the workers in Imo State? According to them, they said the workers are being owed salaries and all of that. That's the reason why they're protesting at this time. So now the attack on him, they're claiming it's because the police is actually involved, and they believe that the governor must have used the police in his own stead. Do you understand? He has actually controlled the police and actually gotten the police to actually deal with him as they did according to the NLC. So now there's a strike that is brewing, and they are requesting for a nationwide strike to hold on the 14th in collaboration with the TUC and NLC. Now, do you also see this as some sort of a partisan thing to drive people's attention away from the current election and from voting for a specific party?
That is what Joe Ajero is doing in Imo State. And if you come to the assault on Joe Ajero in Imo, he cannot put the blame on the governor. I'm not an advocate of the governor here. But what I'm saying, I'm speaking on the basis of a citizen. I'm a true Nigerian. And if you look at it very well, you will see that the governor is a sitting governor, is the executive head of Imo State. And if either one of the police or majority of the police officers in Imo State or the commissioner of police in Imo State have directed that Joe Ajero should be dealt with, he shouldn't take the blame to the governor. The police, they have police service commission that has the responsibility to deal with any police officer that held in such a manner. So they have an avenue where if grievances can be ventilated. He cannot channel his grievances to the governor. That's why I said he's doing what he's doing basically because he has interest in the election, and the sitting governor might not be his interest. And so he's doing everything to see that he undermines the governor. And the governor, as a politician, he will not fold his hands and be watching him to undermine him.
Is protest the answer to the ill treatment he claims to have gotten?
The protest, he has no other avenue. He has no other means to ventilate his grievances. He has no other. But the only means he can ventilate his grievances, if he knows the police officer who assaulted him, he can sue the police as an institution, can sue and be sued. So he can sue the police for assault on him, or he write a petition against those police officers that have done that to him to the Police Service Commission, and they will invite them for questioning. And if he demand punishing them, they will punish them according to their own rules, because they have their own code of conduct. If what they have done, Joe Ajero have not done anything wrong to receive such, they will know what to do. But channeling his anger to the governor means another thing.
And also channeling his anger now directly to the to the commissioner of police in Imo State, because they are also clamoring for the redeployment of the commissioner of police in Imo State just because of this issue. It's in order. Really?
Especially in all the states where this election will be conducted, let's say Bayelsa, Imo, and the Kogi State. If there is call for the commissioner of police in such a state to be redeployed, it's better, because they have been there, they have been working together with the governors, and most of these governors have vested interest in the election, and for the election to be seen to be free and fair, because the police, they are there to protect the right of citizens. Their right to vote and be voted for should not be trampled upon by anybody. So if the present commissioner in Imo State now, that have been there for some months or some years with the current governor, the sitting governor, who is a candidate of a party, if you see that he will see the election as his election, then you can say they should be redeployed. And the IG will do that without looking back.
Yes, the IG has actually done that as at Monday. But there are also conversations that redeploying him to special assignments in the headquarters is not enough for them. So that's another
What do
conversation.
they want them to do? What do they want them to do? He should be sacked? He should be retired? They have redeployed him to the to force headquarters. And he will be given another assignment, differently from what he has been doing in Imo State. So except they want him sacked, or except they want him retired forcefully. If not, what the IG have done is the right thing he has done. So they clamor that he should be redeployed. He has been redeployed. Another commissioner of police have been sent to Imo State. So I think that I can't see anything that is fairer than that.
All right. Even before all of this, in the previous times where NLC has threatened to go on strike, some of our viewers have called in on the program to express how they've lost trust in the NLC. And I know that with all of this that is going on, more people have even begun to lose their trust in the NLC. So what can the NLC do at this point? And what are the things that you think they should, or the lines you think they should toe at this point to gain back the trust and the interest of the people in the cause that they are fighting for?
The best thing is for them to know their rules. NLC, they have they have their code, they have their constitution. The reason why NLC is even established is there. If they can follow the path in which they came on board for, then I don't think the followers, I mean the members of NLC will lose confidence in them. But from the way and manner the current leadership of NLC they are going, I know there's no same person that will have any interest in them, because if you look at it very well, you will see not just about how many months or weeks ago they went in with the federal government. Before you know it, they have resolved. Before you know it, they are out again. That they are not consistent, and this inconsistency is what is making people to lose trust in them. So and most of the discussions they have with federal government, they are not even making it known to Nigerians. So there are so many things. So yes, they are there in their interest. And if you look at it very well, for the past 7 or 8 years now, NLC leadership, they are just rotating it among themselves. The people that, like the past NLC president, this Joe Ajero, they have been the one, I can call them stakeholders within the NLC SECO. So as this one is going, you know the next person that will take over from you. So it's just like a business. I can call it, how will I even put it? How do I put it? You can call it just business. It's business. So finish your time. Allow the other person to come. Even before the election is conducted, they know who will take over which position, which offices. And as these people take over, they know the next other persons that will come. So the other persons that they are using, those, especially the workers, they are just using them as tools to get in their means at the end.
Okay. All right. Now let's move on to the off-cycle elections in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo states. Talking about these states where election is supposed to hold, we see all the preparations from INEC and from our security operatives. But the question is, if these states are known to be traditionally violence prone, as a politician yourself, I want to ask for the benefits of the peace pacts that is usually signed before going into elections. And what happens when people do not abide by this peace pact? Are there supposed sanctions or not?
The peace pact in security strategy, the peace pact is just an avenue to give confidence to the voters that don't be scared to come out that day and cast your vote. It's just an avenue to giving them that confidence and that trust. But at the end, where the problem comes from is the vested interests of the politicians who are actors in this whole exercise. They are the one hiring talks at the end. Left for the local voters, they have no problem at all. They don't have issues. Theirs is to pick dust their voters card, walk out to their polling unit. Most polling units is within even their compound. They just go, cast their vote, and go back to their house. But the actors, they are the main issues. And that is why you can't sweep violence or crisis completely in an election. Because most of these people, like now in Imo State, the governor is a sitting governor and he wants to retain his position as governor. He has everything within his reach. Not just that he doesn't, I cannot say he has the police in his pocket. I can't say he has the DSSS in his pocket. He's just a chief executive officer who is not in charge of the police. The IG from headquarters here is the one in charge of the police. The president, they are under the control of the presidency. So now he has money, and most of these local government chairmen, they are his appointees. Commissioners, they are his appointees. Most of the political appointment in the state, he made it. And some of these people will not be seeing the governor as the one losing the seat. Their position as well is at stake. So the crisis, the problem will come from too many angles. Me, I will do this to ensure my principal win his election so that my position will be retained. That is what is.
So with what you're saying, you are not expecting anything different from him.
I'm not expecting anything different, but at the end there will be peace. At the end there will be peace. If you go to Kogi State, if you go to Kogi State, like Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State, it's glaring that it will be 2-1 for APC. To be 2-1. APC may likely have 2 states.
Okay.
APC may likely have Kogi, and they will likely have Imo.
What about
but they will lose Bayelsa to PDP.
That's speculation.
They will lose Bayelsa to PDP because from my calculation, from my analysis of the whole exercise of the whole thing now going on in the 3 states.
So you don't think the power of incumbency will play in Bayelsa?
Power of incumbency, not just power of incumbency is in the 3 states. Power of incumbency is in Imo.
Yes.
Power of incumbency is in Kogi. Power of incumbency is in Bayelsa. Not just in Bayelsa. Kogi State, the governor, he has picked the person that is to take over from him under APC.
Exactly.
You understand? So there is power of incumbency there too, because he's using every arsenal, every power, everything within his reach to ensure that he install his successor. So, but the other citizens of the state, they are saying no to him. So that is where the whole issue is. Now we have Dino Melaye from PDP, just PDP, APC, and SDP in Kogi.
Exactly.
Yes, PDP, APC, and SDP. But the battle, the election is basically between APC and SDP. I'm not seeing PDP making any way at all.
You don't never say never is the language.
No. I'm not seeing PDP making it. There's ADC too there. One retired general also that is a candidate of ADC.
But we know the 3 front runners.
But all that one is, we call it divide and rule system. Now the 3 candidates, I have 3 or so already from the Igala extraction. You get my point? Yeah. So that one already will split the Igala vote in favor of APC. Whatever APC will have from where the governorship candidate of APC come from will be in block. But where the SDP candidate come from, which is Igala, he has other people who are challenging him too from another political party. They will split the vote. Divide and rule. And if you go to Imo State, already Labour Party has candidate, APC has candidate, PDP has candidate, but the APC have upper hand. And in Bayelsa, the generality of the voters in Bayelsa State, they want the PDP governor back. So it's so glaring. It's so glaring. So even the way the anticipation of Nigerians that there will be crisis, there will be gunshot, there will be this in Kogi State. At the end, on the 11th, you will see that there will be no gunshot in Kogi. Okay. The people will vote and everything will go peacefully, and you see the APC candidate being declared the winner of the election. You know,
according to reports yesterday, I think they had deployed about 40,000 more men to Kogi State.
If you go to Kogi State, 2019,
yes.
In 2019, November, I went to Kogi State to supervise election under the KAFTAN television. I was one of the reporters in Kogi State. All these police, 30,000, 25,000, you will go there, you see almost half of them under 1 tree, hungry.
Oh my God.
Don't even know where to go. They don't go anywhere. They are just making that pronouncement on air. If you go to the field, you will see that they don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. Within the state capital, you will see 1 or 2 of them, new faces within the state.
But
you see
Mr.
them.
Riri, the IGP said it's the NSA, Nuribadu says this election is a litmus test for them. So, you know, they are just coming in, and this is the first one they are handling. What if it turns out differently?
If it turns out differently, then we will give the IG kudos. But the previous ones, the one I supervised, the one I saw everything myself. I slept at the this INEC collation center. I was there. I went round Kogi State with the KAFTAN crew. We went round almost everywhere, and we saw everything. If the current IG handle it differently, very fine. But from what I saw then, I don't think the police is reformed to that level yet, because most of the police officers there, we KAFTAN officials, were even the one buying food for them. The money meant for their feeding was not even given to them. Was not given to them. Very hungry and tired. Very hungry and tired. Majority of them under mango trees and under different begging for food.
Well, like Olamide said, the new
if you are hungry, there's no how you will even carry out any proper exercise.
So that means we are trying to say that the
hunger thing.
Yes,
I'm very sure he knows what he saw.
I in fact, I said I was a witness.
But this is a new administration.
It's a new administration. It's a new administration.
That things are
until we see it happening. Until we see it happening. But basically, for police in Nigeria, they can hardly change.
Why are you
it's
so
not
sure?
the IG. The problem might not come from the IG. As they have deployed them to Kogi State, to Imo State, to Bayelsa, the IG must have released the fund to the leader, who is the leader of the whole troop to Kogi or Bayelsa or Imo. But how well will that person take care of these food soldiers is the problem.
So the issue here is
the implementation. The issue here is implementation.
Okay.
They are seeing it as an opportunity. You know, even before this election, do you know how many of these police officers that have lobbied to be the leader of this troop that will lead the election in Kogi? To be the leader of the troop that will lead the election in Imo State? And most of these things, they pay for it. Corruption. Pay to be the leader of the troop. And some even pay to be part of the people going to this state for these elections. So it's business.
All right.
Business.
I want to take us back a little, because during your analysis, your speculations about what you're expecting from the 3 states come 11th of November. And I want to ask, because you also made mention of the fact that in some states, like, there are some kind of uncertainty because of the rule of, how did you say it again? The incumbent. But is that how democracy is supposed to work? Because I don't think so. But then the question is, how long are we going to keep on like this? Because let's say, for instance, people in Imo State don't like their governor, but for some reasons he's in incumbent and he's going to return. Obviously, there's nothing they can do about it. But that's not how it's supposed to be. So at what point are we going to get it right? And what steps should we be taking in our fight of getting the kind of leadership that we actually desire?
This is your question, I will answer it from this perspective. Okay. There's what we call modernization theory. In modernization theory, when you are able to put aside this ancient belief system of this person is my tribe, this person is my religion, this person is my brother, this ancient belief, when we put it aside and begin to look at credibility, begin to look at competency, capacity of the individual contesting the election, and the voters again have the mindset not to sell their vote. The voters and those who are seeking for the vote, the integrity from both sides is needed. Today, election, basically, we base our voting system in Nigeria on either ethnicity or religion. If you look at it from the 2023 general election, presidential election, basically first, you will see the 3 strong contenders. The current president of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, His Excellency Peter Obi. The vote gotten by Obi majorly come from Christian angle. And the vote gotten by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar majorly, he won in almost all the states controlled by Fulanis. And President Tinubu has upper hand because, one, he got majority of his vote from Christians. He got majority of his vote from Hausas. Then the Yoruba speaking tribe. Then Christians again. And the minority Kanuris, where his vice president come from. The vice president is a Kanuri man. Yeah. You understand? Mm-hmm. And some other minority ethnic groups in the country went for him. What Obi got is, why Obi won in Lagos was because Lagos is a no man's land. Lagos is majorly controlled by Igbos.
Even though those statements have...
Lagos is majorly controlled by the Igbo-speaking people, the Christians. And if you come to Abuja, where Obi won, it was equally an issue of Christianity and Muslim. 90% of Abuja residents, they are Christians. You understand? So that's why Obi have upper hand here in Abuja, and Obi have upper hand in Lagos. You get it? Mm-hmm. So we are having this issue because we have not left that angle of religion and ethnicity where we come from. Like if you go to India, they have I keep saying this, India, they are doing very well democratically because Nigeria should be on the same path with India. They call it a secular democracy in India. India have the highest number of religion than Nigeria, and they have the highest number of tribes in India than Nigeria, but they are managing it. There's what this thing they call caste system, this royal and non-royal issue is in India more pronounced, but they manage it. They put all of that aside, and what they are looking at is the national value, and the national value of India is every citizen of India. They matters. Every citizen in India. Their interest is the interest of the elite in power. Once you occupy any government office in India, your interest is human capital development. No Indian that will be treated as a slave. If you are occupying government office, you don't treat any Indian as a nobody. This equal right to everyone. Our constitution still recognizes that in Nigeria, but our leaders, the elite in power, they are not seeing that. And that is why if you see Nigeria glaring, you see that we don't have national value.
But the politicians made that happen because their first priorities divide. The first
priority is clannish interests. From clan to tribe, from tribe to religion. From religion to this one, my brother. In Nigeria, even if your brother is a convicted criminal, an ex-convict, and he is coming to rule the public, you will like to stand for that your ex-convict brother than somebody who have clean slate to lead.
Is that not the reason why insecurity has persisted? Because people will always hide their own rather than just come out and state what it is.
Even in Nigerian government today, if your brother is in government and he steal money, if they want to kill, they say, you will not kill my brother. You see all their tribes protesting to even presidency, to Villa. Say, you cannot kill my brother. He is not the only thief in Nigeria. You can't kill him. He has been given this opportunity, and it's our general collective benefit that he is stealing to bring for us. Others have been stealing, nobody killed them. That is the country. Until we move from this mentality.
But then the question is, how do we move from that mentality?
We will move from this mentality when we choose national interest to be above personal interest.
That's beginning to sound like idealism over realism.
No. The realism is in your hand. It's in my hand. The realism is in your hand. It's in my hand. When Dora Koyele, of our blessed memory, when she was a minister of information, she came up with one policy. He said what begins with me. What is that policy itself of rebranding Nigerian system? He came with one rebranding program that said change begins with me. When we as citizens, we see the change to have come from us before you tell another person that you are not doing well, you check yourself. Self-evaluation. You self-evaluate yourself. If you are good, before you tell the other person that is not good.
All right.
So, but in Nigeria, almost every one of us, we are not good, but we like condemning the other person.
All right, we'll have a caller on the line. Good morning, Elder Zion.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV set.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good morning.
Alhassan, how are you?
I'm great, thank you, Elder Zion. Good morning.
And my sister too. And our distinguished journalist.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
Longest time.
It was his birthday on Monday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You see, I want to comment on what happened in Lagos. That he got to judgment for plateau politicians. After the judgment, all the National Assembly members of PDP lost. Today, plateau PDP don't have any national representative in the National Assembly. They lost 2 senators. They lost 5 members of Reps to PDP and 1 to Labour. You see, why I raise this? It's good PDP go down and they harmonize themselves, put their house in order. PDP is not a disciplined political party.
Okay.
They are not a disciplined political party. You can remember in 2015, it is this wild decision, ungodly decision made by the PDP that led APC to run over them. Election was conducted. PDP got 16 votes. I mean, one of the PDP got 16 votes. Another person got 19. Jonathan declared person with 16 as weak. That's why people like Ameki, Papaso, and others left to PDP. And PDP collapsed. In 2019, 2015 Plateau State, PDP again displayed such arrogance and ungodliness. Sorry, please, 1 minute. And they lost again to APC. So, by now, if the PDP has done something good during their primaries, as this year, they would have been in us for all.
Okay, thank you so much, Elder Zion.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Let PDP, we love them. Let them put their house in order. God bless you all.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Elder Zion.
Before we round up, we have like 2 minutes or thereabout, a minute to round up. So, do you have anything to say in regards to what Elder Zion just said before we round up?
Yeah, PDP, what has killed PDP now, I can say, just like he said, is greed and selfishness that have killed PDP. Majority of the people that have left PDP, they left PDP because if you give advice to those in power, to them, they will never leave the position. It was so surprising to them. They never believed that Jonathan would be defeated in 2015. Even those within the party, all of us who were in PDP then, we worked against the party because no one in power then was listening to members at the local level.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I know that Olamide has something to say. She was about to say something, but we will not take that.
I really wanted to ask, but obviously there's really no time. I wanted to ask if INEC is ready for these elections or not.
INEC INEC has always been ready. But like now, the INEC national chairman, he will be at in Abuja here. But the people at the local level to conduct this election, they are youth. Pass. But they will still be influenced. Okay. So, and at the end, the blame will go to INEC. It's not INEC. It's the
continue that conversation. All right, with that, we draw the curtain today. The press coming to you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN Television. We will continue this conversation tomorrow. Please stay with us. My name is Sandra Ago. Bye for now.
And I am Olamide Alhassan. Good morning.